It's really interesting. A lot of them are just not looking at him at all, even though he's standing and talking. Right. That's really interesting.
Uh-huh.
And nobody's amused, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, they just thought it was puzzling.
Hang on tight, because 12 celebs are finally breaking their silence, and they're spilling some jaw-dropping tea about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, revealing what might just be Hollywood's biggest scam. From lawsuits to burned bridges, this perfect couple's image is cracking fast. Let me tell you, you're not going to believe what's coming.
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star.
They would be out considering all the things that have been said in this war between Blake and Justin. So
imagine this. Blake Lively, the golden girl of Hollywood, accuses her co-star, Justin Baldoni, of harassment. Suddenly, the entire industry is talking about it. It seemed like Blake was just standing up for herself, but then Justin hit back hard. He filed a huge $400 million lawsuit, claiming that Blake was the one causing trouble with defamation, extortion, and even trying to ruin his movie. This wasn't just a small issue, it was a huge Hollywood showdown. Fans were shocked, wondering how someone as polished as Blake could get involved in such a messy situation. But the drama didn't stop there. This fight revealed cracks in Blake's perfect image. People started questioning if she was really the sweetheart everyone thought she was. And what about her husband, Ryan Reynolds, always by her side with his charming smile? The lawsuit wasn't just about Justin anymore. It sparked other celebrities to speak out. Things got crazier. Stories started coming out, and the picture-perfect couple, Blake and Ryan, weren't looking so perfect anymore. Was there something they were hiding? More big names joined in with their own stories, and soon, it wasn't just about Blake and Justin. It was about a web of secrets unfolding, pulling Ryan into the spotlight too. What these celebrities are. Saying next is sure to change everything you thought you knew about this couple. Now imagine being on set, giving your best performance, only to have a co-star yell at you in front of everyone. Welcome to Rebecca Ferguson's nightmare. She opened up about an actor who insulted her, saying, "You call yourself an actor? This is what I have to work with."
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star. And this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and uncomfortable that I got screamed at and I would cry walking off set. This person would literally look at me in front of the whole crew and say, "You call yourself an actor? This is what I have to work with. What is this?" And I stood there just breaking. This happens. But because this person was number one on a call sheet, there was no safety net for me. So no one had my back. And I remember the next day I walked on and I said, "You get off my set." This is the first time I've ever spoken.
She was so upset that she'd cry walking off set. The next day, she told him to get lost. Fans believe she was talking about Ryan Reynolds, and even Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson supported her, praising her bravery. Then there's TJ Miller, Ryan's Deadpool co-star, who said he'd never work with him again, even for double the money. TJ claimed Ryan changed after Deadpool became a huge hit, acting rude and throwing jabs just to show off his star power. The crew felt the tension too. The whole set was filled with awkward vibes.
But I think after he got super, super famous from the first Deadpool, then things kind of changed. I think he was like, "See, you guys see." And then I think I don't know. I mean, would I work with him again? No.
No,
I would not work with him
that
again.
much vitriol.
But I've said that about Michael Bay, and now we're friends, and I would work with him again. But I think Michael Bay is different. And Michael Bay worked on a movie with Ryan Reynolds also. And so he has a very specific opinion.
That may mirror
of
your
Ryan
own.
Reynolds. And that was a good part of our last conversation with me and Bay. But I sort of wish him well because he's so good at Deadpool. And I think it's weird that he hates me. Everybody was like, "Why is Ryan doing this?" And the other weird thing is like, maybe he got, I think he's kind of an insecure dude. He's really nice, but I mean, his Twitter bio is showing you the parts of me that tested the best in focus groups.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure that he's joking. I think that might actually be his real sentiment there.
But listen to this.
Listen to this. It's not just actors. Deadpool director Tim Miller walked away because Ryan made it impossible to do his job. Marina Baccarin's role got smaller after a rumored fallout, and she ended up sidelined at premieres. Even the Jersey Shore crew, Dina and Sammy, called Ryan out for being a total snob when they met him. Dina tried to soften it by saying she still loves him and Blake, but if you're dodging a simple question about the nicest celeb with his name, something's off. These stories paint a picture of a guy who's not the charming Deadpool we all love. Behind the scenes, he's allegedly pushing people away. Is this the real Ryan Reynolds? The nice guy mask is slipping, and it's not pretty. But that's not all. Let's dive into his personal life because his ex-wife has some tea that ties it all together. Ryan's love life is a roller coaster that crashed and burned before Blake came into the picture. Scarlett Johansson, his ex-wife, didn't hold back when their marriage fell apart. She hinted that Ryan's jealousy was a big issue. His insecurity grew as her career took off with Marvel hits like Iron Man 2 and The Avengers, while he was still struggling. Scarlett said she couldn't stand his jealous vibes, calling his passive-aggressive, controlling behavior a huge turnoff. Think about it. She was landing huge roles, and he was stuck in Green Lantern limbo. That tension made their relationship rocky, and it wasn't long before it ended. It gets worse. Around that time, Ryan met Blake Lively on the Green Lantern set while still married to Scarlett. The chemistry between them was undeniable, and shortly after, his marriage was over. Fans started wondering, did he leave Scarlett for Blake, or was Scarlett already done with his behavior? Either way, the timeline is messy and full of drama. Scarlett isn't the type to air dirty laundry, but her subtle comments about Ryan's controlling nature match what other co-stars have said. There's a pattern here. Ryan's insecurities didn't just hurt his marriage, they might explain how he handles everything else. Was he already building that perfect Hollywood image with Blake to cover it up? The dots are connecting, and they're not flattering, and then it gets even crazier. Hollywood's elite started speaking out, and they didn't hold back. Quentin Tarantino went hard on Ryan, calling him a well-paid actor with no quality projects, and trashing his Netflix movies as forgettable cash grabs. Tarantino didn't just shade him, he said he'd never work with Ryan. Then there's Chris Columbus, the Home Alone director, who lost it when Ryan pitched a stoner reboot called Stoned Alone, a movie about a guy getting high while thieves break in. Ryan thought it was genius, but Columbus called it an insult to cinema and told him to stick to watching the original. Ouch. Things get even crazier with Gerard Butler, who didn't even flinch. When someone compared his movie Gamer to Ryan's, Free Guy, Jake Gyllenhaal just shrugged and said, "I don't watch Ryan Reynolds movies." That wasn't just a casual comment, it was a major dig at Ryan's entire career. These aren't random people, these are big names in Hollywood, and they're not buying what Ryan's selling. From directors to actors, the vibe is clear. He's seen as a big paycheck guy, not a serious talent. Is he really the A-list star he comes across as? Or is he just coasting on charm? The rejections are adding up, and it's revealing a side of Ryan that's hard to ignore. But there's more. Ryan's friendships are falling apart too, and one name stands out: Jake Gyllenhaal. Ryan and Jake used to be close, like bromance goals, during their Life Press tour, sharing laughs and great chemistry. But now, Jake won't even say Ryan's name. Fans notice that he's completely ghosted him. It's not just a slow fade. Something happened. Was it Ryan's playful jabs that went too far? Or did he cross a line Jake couldn't forgive? Whatever it was, Jake's out, and he's not looking back. This isn't the first time Ryan has pushed someone away. Look at Marina Baccarin, sidelined after Deadpool, or Tim Miller quitting as the director. Even the Jersey Shore girls felt the sting of his attitude. It's like anyone who doesn't play along with him gets cut off. But here's the thing, Jake's not just any co-star. He's one of Hollywood's most respected actors, and losing him speaks volumes. Fans are desperate to know what broke their bond, but Jake's silence is deafening. Ryan's charm might win over crowds, but behind closed doors, it's a different story. Is he pushing away everyone who doesn't bow to his ego? The evidence is piling up, and it's not a good look. Next up, We're putting it all together because Blake and Ryan's perfect couple act might be the biggest scam of all. For years, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have been Hollywood's dream. Team, cute banter, adorable kids, the whole package. But now, that shiny image is falling apart. Blake's stuck in a $400 million lawsuit mess with Justin Baldoni, while Ryan's making enemies faster than you can say Deadpool. Co-stars like TJ Miller and Rebecca Ferguson can't stand him. Directors like Tim Miller and Chris Columbus call him impossible to work with. Even Scarlett Johansson hinted that he's a jealous, controlling freak. The list of people turning on him keeps growing. Quentin Tarantino, Gerard Butler, Jake Gyllenhaal. They're all done with him. Blake's drama isn't helping either. Her perfect image is taking a hit as the lawsuits pile up. It gets worse. What if all those cute Twitter jabs and red carpet smiles were just a front? The industry is starting to peel back the curtain, and it's not pretty. Ryan's burned too many bridges, and Blake's getting caught in the crossfire. Were they ever the real deal, or were they just playing us all? The cracks are showing, and they're deep. But that's not the whole story. The real question now is, how long can they keep this up? So there you have it. 10 celebs breaking their silence, and it's a full takedown of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' Hollywood scam. From lawsuits to lost friends, jealousy to snubs from legends like Tarantino, their perfect image is toast. Were they ever the golden couple, or was it all a slick act that's finally unraveling? With this much smoke, there's definitely fire. Think about that the next time you see their smiling faces. What do you think? Scam or just bad luck? Drop your thoughts below because this story is far from over.